Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. Hey everybody, it is Yo Taylor back here at the Style Table. I am here with my friend Sara Oblak Speicher. She is the founding partner at Elite Mystique Agency Incorporated. Welcome to the show.
Yo, thank you so much for having me. And yeah, I tried to say any of those names 3 times fast.
So when we met, it was my birthday or around that time, and my mom's name is Sara, and she passed away on my birthday. So having that opportunity, I do believe in connections, and there's a reason for everything. So it was just such a blessing to meet you on that day because I miss my mom so much, and I think she made sure that I had a Sara in front of me for the day.
Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it. And my pleasure. That's all I can say.
Sara, tell us about your agency and what you do.
I am so excited to talk about my agency, just as anybody is excited probably about talking about their business. So it's a new baby, pretty much. My business partner, Diane, and I, we met in 2017, and immediately we kicked it off. We are like former athletes, mom girls. She's a born New Yorker, new New Yorker from Slovenia. So there are so many things that we had in common. And the more that we talk, the more we figure out, there's so much that we get to offer that's complementary to what we do individually. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, during the pandemic, we started to talk about 6:30 phone calls. We call them morning constitutional. We really dove deep, and we're like, women around us, they were falling down like flies, falling sideways, losing battles and taking their own lives because they just couldn't take the pressure, they couldn't take the responsibility, and God knows what else. And it was so heartbreaking. And we're like, we're sitting on so many gifts, 45 years combined experience, millions of dollars worth of teachings. What are we doing with that? Mm-hmm. So we decided to put together an agency which ultimately is an operational solutions for women in leadership, women in business, as well as primary home providers who just want to simplify all the complexities of life, who want to reestablish a better flow within their homes and organizations, and also just want to enjoy life.
Right.
So yeah, we focus on 5 primary areas: fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, time mastery, and mental brilliance. Diane covers the fitness and nutrition as a clinical physiologist. I'm a strategist and coach, so we have so much that we can work with you one-on-one. You can choose a self-guided experience through our membership, and then anything in between.
That is so awesome. I think self-care is so important. I feel like as a wardrobe strategist, part of my job now is to focus more on the self-care of it, to take away the stress of what to wear, because women, we're judged on how we show up to these events more so than guys, and also the stress of having to pack in a hurry for conferences, and just looking in the closet, being exhausted because you don't know what to wear, and that stress. And that's my goal, is to take that stress away. And it really is a part of your self-care, just like anything else. We go get our hair done. We go to health and wellness facilities. We come to agencies like yours to make sure that we are healthy and strong, and we learn how to give ourselves some relief.
Exactly. And it's so interesting that you say that, and I so appreciate it because growing up in a different culture, different society, everything that you're saying here was considered shallow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a strong, independent woman. You don't need to go to salons. Who cares what you're wearing? But then at the same time, scrutinized for every single thing you put on. It's like, this doesn't work with your butt. This is too small for you and too short for your, apple-shaped body. And what are people gonna think if you're wearing this outside? I'm like, oh my gosh. And yet
Exactly.
it's so important how we feel about ourselves.
Yes, yes, it is. And part of that adds to the stress that we're already feeling with everything common. And I feel like what I do is can be really a big thing because it's one less thing you have to think about. Because think about it, if you're running to an event and you look down and it's like 9 o'clock at night and you have to pack for an early morning flight, and then you got to get the kids together and make sure, because that's what we do as women, we make sure that everything is taken care of before we walk out the door.
Yes.
Nobody else has to think about a thing, right?
Yeah. And we do a lot of it to ourselves, if I may add.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what do you see, what do women come to you for the most, do you think?
At the stage when they come to me and to our agency, they are just done ticking off all the boxes. And they have created so much in their lives that everybody else from the outside is marveling and they're like, oh my gosh, I wish I had your life. Look at this. Look at your beautiful home. Look at your loving husband. Look at your perfect kids. Look at your everything that you have. But on the inside, they're like screaming because they know they came here to create something so much grander than just following the steps to fulfill expectations of everybody else. They are awakening to their primal power. And it's scary because, there's deep knowing inside of them that is so clear that once they really step into that power, chances are they will want more. And chances are they will be willing to walk away from their businesses, from their teams, from their families. And it's freaking scary. And yet, it's this fire of their soul that just doesn't let them box everything away. I mean, I've been there myself, and I boxed my heart and boxed my soul, and it was perfect. And I was like, yay, it's awesome. And yeah, then I got autoimmune disorder because of it has to come out somewhere.
Yes,
And it got me thinking, I was like, at what cost?
right, right.
If everybody else is happy but yourself. So then, yeah, how that outlet gets to be and what a transformation gets to be, that is entirely independent, depending on each woman. For some, it's the physical transformation. For some, it is feeling alive again.
Yeah.
For some, it's like, you know what, I've been dreaming about moving to a different state for 25 years. Okay, great. We have them moved within a year.
Wow.
Or buying a second home, going on to buy a second home, or whatever that is, like becomes a byproduct. And for some, it's so simple. It's like, I just have this amazing life and this massive business, and I just want to scale down.
Mm-hmm.
But I have this thing that relies on me, and I have the payrolls, and I have the clients, and I just can't just pull the plug. How do I do that? So we figure it out as well.
Yeah, and we shouldn't feel guilty. You're at the pinnacle of your career or your business. And if you decide that you want to scale back and spend more time with your family, or do something else that's less stressful, it's okay. You shouldn't be, we have to like stop beating each other up or judging, or we have to feel comfortable that it's okay. It's okay to say, you know what? I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna do something that takes the stress away. I'm going to walk away from this at this time and do something else that is more fulfilling to my soul. I'm ready for a change, and it's okay.
And that I think is the hardest part. Now, the United States is huge. New York, where I am, it's a whole different story in itself. But there is such a deep disconnect between your soul and your heart, and just climbing the corporate ladder, pushing the business because of this vain metrics. And then stress is almost seen like a badge of honor.
Mm-hmm.
Busyness is the status symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say that as a foreigner. I was born and raised in Europe. We do life very differently over there.
Yeah.
And you would not believe all the names I've been called over the years. When I came here, I was like, this is sick. You're going to get yourself killed if you don't change certain things. And as much as the pandemic was painful and heartbreaking and turbulent in all so many ways, 2020, 2021, I think it did offer a glimpse into the alternative, what else is possible. And I think a lot of us are now reconciling with, do I go back to the life that I hated in the first place?
Right.
Or do I muster up the courage and leap towards something that I have no idea how it's going to work out, but I cannot not try?
Exactly. Because the pandemic really showed us that life is short, and the virus had no respect to age, nationality, gender, nothing. That it just took whomever at whatever age. So it showed us that life is short.
Yes.
And you have to take advantage of what's in front of you, and count your blessings.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, wow. So what you do is important work. And I know many women can benefit, probably men too, can benefit from what you are offering with your agency.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you said men because, as much as we market primarily to women, at the end of the day, our doors are open. We both have worked with men who have been some of our best clients too. Um, at the end of the day, I think it's literally uplifting each other because that's how we all get better. That's how we rebuild the society. It's not about tearing each other down.
Yeah.
Uh, which is something we tried for so long, I think, and obviously it's not working.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so loving this conversation. It is so uplifting, and I'm so glad you're here sharing what you offer and what you're doing. It's so important to our self care. It really is, and that's what I'm learning by research, that millennials, the next generation, they care more about experiences than they do necessarily things, physical things, which is interesting to me. So, we are already on the cusp of the change that's happening with the next generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now let's talk a little bit about our style. Because you're tall like me. I have like a 33 inseam, and depending upon the cut, sometimes I feel like I'm really a 34.
Yeah.
And so it is so hard to find clothes. So when you're doing presentations, and now that you're going to be back in person, what are some of your challenges with that?
Where do I begin? That was something that I always struggled with. Being a former basketball player, 6'1", incredibly long legs, sweats was the usually, the easiest way to go. Jeans at a time when I was pre-kids, I was 80 pounds lighter than I am now. So I was still able to squeeze myself into Quicksilver, I think, had longer cuts,
Mhm.
and Long Tall Sally.
Yes.
Uh, it was also a store where you can actually go in and try things on because I have curves in all the wrong places, so not everything conventional fit me anyway. After the kids, I tell you, I'm like, I get sick and tired of my own yoga pants. And just this morning, my husband and I walked our little one to school, and on the way back, it was me and three other moms, black leggings, had just above the ankle, and he's like, I miss the black leggings memo, I guess. And I'm like, you keep making fun. But at one point, I was like, yeah, I need to get out of those leggings.
Mhm.
And one thing that was helpful for me was just go with skirts,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I
That-
agree. I agree. That was me too. After a while, it was like, oh, I even remember because at the time I was a single mom and I had to work on a budget, but Victoria's Secrets, their little catalog had clothes, and I could get tall pants from there. Um, and I do know, like New York and Company, you can get talls, but it's just really not a lot. There's still not a lot to choose from, even though their different companies have like some cuts of tall. It still isn't a huge variety of the clothes that we like. You know,
exactly.
the crop pants on us are more like shorts. Just right over the knees. I mean, it doesn't have the same look uh,
Exactly.
that we want. So it's interesting. I'm hoping to see a shift in manufacturing.
Yeah, and then it's so disheartening also. Amazon made a lot of things easier. And there are a couple of things that I was able to find that was okay-ish in length. What was so heartbreaking and maddening at the same time is that those sizes were like 6X, 7X. I'm like, excuse me, what are you conveying to us tall people that we're like, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. Because we already are frustrated with sizes. We already compare ourselves to zero size models that we see in catalogs, even though that is shifting in itself. And yet it's still not shifting enough because to be considered plus size model, you still have to fit certain mold. You still have to have a flat tummy.
Hmm.
I was like, that in itself disqualifies me.
Well,
So
and even if you think about it, even the size zeros, the clothes are made for them. They're for the runway. They're fitted for that runway show. But if you're a tall, thinner person, or like you said, if you're not a 6X, the and you're tall, then you run into even more limitations because it's either one extreme or the other, and so it makes it tough
yeah,
to find clothes. I think maybe we should start a tall women's clothing line. What do you think?
I
Yes,
think
yes,
so.
yes.
And something of a higher quality too, and also
Yes, yes.
affordable. Because the thing with every single piece of clothing that I was able to find in my size, it's like priced twice as much as the regular one.
Hmm.
And I understand the manufactured product, we can't produce for the masses, but we're not the only ones. There's so many of us out here.
Yeah, I think, and I also think that this generation is taller. My cousin's daughter is like, she's getting ready to turn 9. She's already wearing a size 9 shoe, and she's taller, as tall as, if not taller than her mom already. So, it's just a generation of taller children. So there has to be something out there to accommodate everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also stylish, because you can only do so much with yoga pants and jeans.
Yeah, you can't wear jeans to everything. My goodness. Maxi
Yeah,
dresses. How about maxi dresses for you? How does that work?
too short.
Still too short. Mm.
Too short, or, like I said, I have curves in all the wrong places. For the right length, the dress is cut for me to be like 5 times more in labor than I'm
Hmm.
up here. So it's empty. I don't have the hips. I have narrow hips.
Hmm.
So it just no. So sometimes I would go for like knee length or mid calf length.
Hmm.
But then my grandma's sound echoes, my grandma's voice echoes in my head. She used to be a seamstress, so she's very meticulous about how things look, how things fall on you. At one point, I know my husband and I, we were still dating at the time. We were overseas and we were about to go out. She stripped him in the middle of the foyer to iron his jeans. She's like, "You're not going outside with my granddaughter in those wrinkly jeans." So when I put on some of those dresses, I can hear her voice saying, "Your calves are too strong, and this ends just at the widest part of your calf. It's making them even bigger. You have to go something shorter, but then not too short because you're not 25 anymore." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
And so but if when you say shorter, you mean right above the knee?
Something.
Yeah.
There's so many, and she's right. The length can change a lot, where the cut stops and how it falls on you. But sometimes I'm just like, I just want to get dressed and I just want to go out, and I have so much respect for women out there who don't give a shit about what they wear as long as they feel good. I'm like, oh, can I have a dose of that, please?
That energy is infectious, and you do feel like, I'm just going for it. But there are designers out there that
Yeah.
have clothes out there that will fit your body type. I know I have narrow hips, and I'm not. I'm more like straight up and down, and thicker in the waist. So I don't have that thin little waist and the hourglass that, we think we want. But so I just do little things to cinch at the waist to kind of bring you in.
Yep.
And little touches like that, little accessories, little belts and scarves to cinch the waist. But yeah, I think skirts and dresses. I think dresses will take a lot of stress. It's one piece, and you don't have to stress out with ironing your pants or if they're going to fit, So, and until we really get a line out there of clothing that we have a good variety, that if it's a crop pant, it fits us like a crop pant should fit.
A couple of things, though, that I would compensate with, if that serves anybody in the audience. Pregnancy jeans always fell down, so I resorted to suspenders.
Oh.
And I keep wearing suspenders even with jeans now that had to be a little bit bigger to fit me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm apple shaped, so there were no hips to stop them, so suspenders it is. And then I would resort to capri pants and tunics, so that visually enlarges and lengthens me anyway. And then high heels. Even though I'm 6'1", I love wearing high heels.
Good for you.
And same with boots. Like if the jeans still came way too short, but I like them otherwise, I would just wear high boots over them, and no one knew that the jeans itself was too short.
Or the ankle boots with them too look really cute as well. Yeah. Definitely. I love tunics. I love tunics. Especially as we get older, it's easier that you can get them where, like I said, they're cinched at the waist where they come out. They give you a figure. They don't have to be just square. They have all different. You can get them in halter tops. You can get them all kinds of ways. And I just love them. They look good, like you said, with your heels, with a pair of pants. Even if the jeans are a little shorter with some strappy sandals, really looks cute. And it's just easy, relaxed style.
Exactly. And then just going with, the capsule wardrobe that I'm still working on. But it makes it easier when, like this shirt, for example, this was an investment. It was over $100. And I'm like, this is my go-to shirt for any special occasions. I put it on. I know exactly what it pairs with. And it's easy. I don't have to stand in front of the closet with all 84 personalities of mine and go, there's nothing to wear. Yeah. Because like, you have a full closet. It's like, this personality right now that needs to get dressed has nothing to wear.
Exactly. And that's what it's about. That's why when I'm working with clients, my goal is to get all that stuff out of your closet that's been there forever.
Yes.
Americans on average only wear about 20% of the clothes in their closet. So I could only imagine all the boxes that were coming to your house while you were bored during COVID, thinking, oh, let me try this, let me try that, And
Yeah.
so what my goal would be is to remove all those things, whether to sell, whether to donate those clothes, and replace them all with clothes that actually fit. All the
Exactly.
clothes that will give you that same energy like that white shirt gives you, you know?
Yeah. And when you do that, there's so many other benefits to it. Not only it creates a space and gives you time back because now you don't have all the choices to make and you only have what you love, but there's something to be said about clearing the space out that blocks all the energy flow.
Ooh.
And when you clear out the closet, when you clear out your drawers, when you clear out all the clutter underneath the bed that we'll get to it one day, we'll just store it for later, you will feel lighter. And I did it just the other week, like 7 50-gallon bags left the house. Some were for trash, some were for donation. I'm still looking for several places to be picked up. It was like a whole new energy came through, and it creates space for all the other goodness.
Exactly. And then you can, like I said, get those clothes in that give you the same positive feel and energy in like this top you have on now, your shirt that you have on now, that makes you feel like, okay, I know I look good. When I put this on, I feel good, I look good, and I'm out the door. Grab and go style. And that's what you want.
What can I say?
So this was such a great conversation. So Sarah, please tell us how we can contact you.
You can find me on LinkedIn at Sara O. Speicher. You can find me at elitemystiqueagency.com. You can also find me at makeyourlifeyourlegacy.com or Facebook, Sara Oblak Speicher. I literally live online. My kids will attest to probably way too much time spent online, but hey, yeah, reach out. If you have any questions, LinkedIn, Facebook are the ways to go.
Awesome, awesome. And you guys know you can always find me, Yo Taylor, at thestyletable.com, on LinkedIn, Facebook, at the Style Table LLC, at the Style Table on Instagram, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, at the Style Table LLC. Thank you for joining. We hope you got something good out of this. See you next time. Bye.